Everybody, this is John, and welcome to the free video. So what do we got going on? The two things that I see right now that are interesting, one is GLD. So for GLD, we're coming up close to the all-time highs. And when a commodity does this, typically what they do is they actually just explode right through it and then pull back. So believe it or not, I like buying into this momentum with the idea that we are just going to see kind of some panic buying of gold. And you can do this, of course, through GLD. Gold. I don't recommend gold futures if you're newer to gold futures, but that's a momentum play that I like. People inevitably ask, well, what about SLV? And I like SLV. It's just going to trade a little softer. So gold's the leader here. SLV is having a great move. I would love to pick up some silver on a gap fill here of around 20 bucks if that's in the cards. So keep an eye on that. I have the hiccups here. And in terms of the regular market, in terms of the Qs, keep in mind here, let's go to a weekly chart. I always tell people this is that, talking a lot today where people are like, oh my gosh, the stuff that we bought yesterday is doing so bad. And I always say, like, look, when you're trading like this, you always want to buy on pullbacks to the mean. Okay, when it's up here, this is where you get out of longs. You don't buy them. So from the daily chart here, you can see that we did test the 21 EMA today. All right, and notice here that basically every time we've tested the 21 EMA, even if it's flopped around, we've had a violent bounce off of that. Now, are we going to assume that that's going to happen again and all is going to be well? You always want to be careful assuming. As the saying goes, assumptions make an ASS out of you and me, right? But initially, I'm all down for buying this. What you got to be careful and you want to be able to recognize is when it's not going to work, okay? And a good example of that is, and honestly, February, March isn't a great example of that because it was so violent. Like, I'm not expecting any downward moves like that. But if we go back here, and I think it was like around September-ish of 2019, maybe right about, I think it was here. It was one of these. But the idea is, so when you close below the 21, and then the next day you get a lower low, that is a sell signal, okay? No matter what's going on the weekly chart, you can see that that was right here or wherever it was there. But the idea here is that that is going to start triggering a lot of stops, all right? And so that's what you want to look for. So if we look at where we are today we're at support, okay? Now tomorrow, if we have another big down day on Friday, I actually would look for margin calls on Monday. So tomorrow is a really important day for the bulls if they want to keep the hopes alive just a little bit longer. All right, so that's what we got there. All right, last but not least, once in a while we will run something for our options gold room. And in a room, this is where we're calling out these trades on GLD. We did a trade today on Amazon. We did a trade today on Tesla. In fact, I'll show you how we played Tesla earnings today. Tesla's been fun this year because we've made a lot of money on it when it's going up. But for earnings, it's kind of like, okay, this is already priced in. This is why we sold calls. We did iron flies, and it was a nice, easy, almost 60 grand today, just watching call options implode. All right. And so what's important with this is that we have a lot of experience with all this stuff. And so what we've got here, and I'll show you, okay. So what this has, there's a couple main things here. And the idea with this too is that this is what I wish I had when I was starting. So the live chat room, which is great, and we've got a lot of people that really like that, but I know not everybody trades full time. But what we do in the live chat room is we're sharing our screens all day long. There's a group of us that trade. We're posting actual trades. Everybody can communicate to each other. But then if you can't be in the room, guess what? All the trades that we post go out in a real-time alert stream. So everything in here will get pushed out to your iPhone or your Android. And that's what I always wish I had when I was in corporate America, was something like, oh my gosh, John's getting into Tesla right now. It seems, that might be a good opportunity. Or, Henry's doing this and so on. So that's really great. And then we have market recaps, video recaps and newsletters. And it's really great. So I think this is something that if you're not aware of this, it's certainly worth a shot. And I always say, like, look, try it for 30 days and milk us for all the information you want, and then go back and do it on your own. So what happens is people come for the knowledge because we're actually trading real money, we're teaching as we go. And then after that, once people get to the point where they're comfortable with it, they'll either go their own way or stay for the community. So for the monthly subscription, you get access to our real-time trading room, you get the alerts, insights and videos. There's a group of 15 of us that are trading. One guy spent 20 years trading on a $200 million hedge fund. He knows the game, right? And then there's a private community. And the reason we charge too is if it's a barrier to entry. If you set up a forum and it's free, you get a lot of weird people showing up. So at least this way, it's for people that are interested in investing in themselves and making a commitment. And so that's what makes it such a powerful room. If you want to do quarterly, then with the quarterly, you also get our trading psychology and money management courses with it. And then if you do annual, you actually get a discount. So that's the way that works. So if you go to simplertrading.com/community, you can get teed up and sign up for the stuff and give it a shot. And go look, the market right now, this has been the best trading year of my life. The market right now is insane, and you got to know how to take advantage of it. And I encourage you to come join us, take advantage of it. Let's milk it for all it's worth, and see what happens. All right, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you at the next update.